Hey there, this is the full guide on how to make customer testimonial videos, and this is the second video of 3. I'm Andrea for listenconversion.com, and in this video I'm going to cover the shooting part of making video testimonials with your customers. So as I said already in the first video, your primary objective is to collect testimonials. So whatever is that makes it easier for you to do that, you have to do it. So for this reason, we are collecting testimonials on Zoom. We are not going to ask to customers to shoot testimonials on their smartphone. I'm not asking you to go to visit the customers because in most cases this is impossible. Maybe they are on the other side of the world. Maybe there are too many. So you need a system that somehow you can scale. So for this reason, I really recommend you record the testimonials from your customers on a Zoom call. It's easy. You already have done this with the customer. I mean, talking on Zoom is something you do regularly. It doesn't bring any extra complication to your relationship. So it's something that your customer should be willing to do if you ask. So I'm going to show you in the first part of the video the settings you should use in Zoom for making the most of the quality and getting the best footage you can. And then I will show you the entire process of me interviewing a customer and in 7 minutes asking the 8 questions I showed you in video number 1. So after you logged in Zoom, you access your account and then you want to go down in settings here and then you go into recording. And here, make sure you just copy what you see on the screen here. So you want to record the active speaker, the gallery view, and the shared screen separately. This creates 3 clips. One, where you see the active speaker, so the person who is speaking is at full screen. The other one, you have the gallery view where you have all the participants of the call, like with their thumbnail. And the third one is the screen if they're sharing the screen. So in this type of call, you are not sharing the screen, you're just talking to another person. So you have actually the most necessary one is the active speaker view, but you want to have this setting in Zoom in general. So you can, whenever you record, you get 3 files. And then you want also to record audio only files, so you can get separate audio. And in case there is some issue with the audio quality, you can go and get the audio from the separate file, and maybe the quality there is a little bit better. I would also recommend that you don't display the participant's name on the recording, because this is something you can add later in post-production, so you don't need to have it. At the beginning, I used to do that. I had the name there, but it kind of bothers me, so I really suggest it's better if you don't put it. So go ahead and copy the settings exactly as you see them on this screen here. Just copy my settings. Now, keep in mind that the quality you get from Zoom is really nothing special. But the customer testimonial video is not about quality. It's about the things your customers are saying. So we do want to have a very good audio, as good as possible. This is very important. You need to, if your customer has a bad audio, you need to help them to get a better audio. Maybe, I don't know, you send them a microphone if you know you want to do this, and usually they have crappy audio. So be prepared for that. But know that having a good audio is actually more important than having a good video, okay? So that's why we use Zoom, and we don't worry too much about the video quality. Now that you know which settings to use, I'm going to show you a clip of me interviewing my customer and asking the 8 questions I taught you in the video number 1, so you can see how the interview process goes, like for real. So watch this till the end, and in the end I will give you a few extra tips to make the customer testimonial video even better. No, I'll just ask you the questions. So okay. The first question is introduce yourself and what you do for your customers. Okay. So you just talk about you and through it and so on.
Okay. So I'm Molly Owens. I'm the CEO and founder of Truity, and we develop personality assessments in an online platform and deliver those directly to consumers and also to businesses to use with their teams as well.
Awesome. How long have you been working with Andrea? And you should start like, been working with Andrea for whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's more than 3 years or something like that.
Which was before.
Yeah, we started in June 2019.
Okay, so how many years is that? Three and a
three,
little bit.
three and a bit.
Yeah.
So, how long have you been working with Andrea? Yes, go.
I've been working with Andrea for about 3.5 years and immediately started talking about personality types and how to make sure that marketing messages were directed at what people really wanted. And we started working on our site at Truity pretty close after that.
Awesome. So then the next one is, what were you looking for when you found Andrea?
When I met Andrea, I had been doing some testing here and there, some experimentation a little bit on my own and kind of an unstructured way. But I was really interested in A/B testing and how to kind of tailor messages and tailor design to what people needed during the checkout process, during the conversion process. But when I spoke to Andrea, it was really clear that he had a body of knowledge around how conversion optimization works and a really structured process, which I thought would bring just a lot more depth and intelligence to conversion optimization. So it was really clear to me that working with him would take that to the next level and probably make a huge difference in how we served our customers.
Awesome. Okay. Then the fourth, what were your frustrations and pain points at the time?
So like most online businesses, we see so many people that are never going to buy anything. You see thousands and thousands of people come through your website and, just a teeny tiny little fraction of them even get to your checkout process. And then even a smaller fraction of those people are buying. And that's just a big problem, that everyone deals with. But I think working with Andrea and working with conversion optimization, we had a kind of organized way to think about why might some people not be buying, not the people who are never going to buy, and there will always be those people, but the people who might be on the cusp and just not getting what they needed. What is it that they need and what's missing? And so Andrea brought a way to kind of think about that problem and to test in a kind of systematized fashion to try to solve those problems for the customer.
Wow. Do I do all these things? So then the next one is, was Andrea able to help with that?
Oh, let's see. Now, what do I say? Let's see. So as soon as we started working with Andrea, we made the process just much more scheduled. We kind of had a specific calendar around testing so that we knew what we were going to test. We knew how long we needed to test it. And then we had that kind of organized way of looking back and seeing what worked and what didn't. And Andrea brought a lot more discipline around looking at the statistics and making sure that we were doing tests that were statistically significant. And we were sort of a lot more confident in when we instituted a change permanently, that we knew that it was something that was going to work and that we had proven.
Good. Okay, almost done. Did you get any tangible results working with Andrea, and describe some of them?
Sure. Let's see. So over the past 3 years and 3 years plus of working with Andrea, our traffic has actually gone down a little bit over those 3 years. It's fluctuated, but overall it's gone down, but our revenue has gone up. And what we've seen is that most of that revenue gain has come from conversion optimization. We've done just sort of constant testing and constant experimentation to see what works, making sure that we implement and build on those tests that do work so that our conversion rate has gone up. Even as fewer people are visiting our site, we're serving people better and helping them better over the finish line of buying something. so that our revenue has gone up.
Awesome. Last, what's the one thing you like the most about working with Andrea?
So Andrea is great to work with.
No, I'm laughing. Oh, it's so
He's very handsome. He's very charming. No, well, also that, but Andrea is great to work with because he has a. Oops, now my hair is kind of crazy. Okay. So Andrea is great to work with because he has a lot of ideas. He has a really big body of experience to pull from. So he'll pull in ideas from a lot of different projects that he's worked on and other things that he's seen work. But also because of his humility, that Andrea doesn't seem to have any emotional attachment to this idea or that idea. It's all about the data. It's all about what works, and it's all about test it, which is really nice when you're going through this kind of rapid iteration process and just trying to throw things at the wall and see what sticks. And I think other people in the business, especially without that experimentation background, there sometimes is, oh, I just really want to do this project. I'm invested in it. And Andrea is just very ruthless about, like, it didn't work, let it go. Which is really nice, and it keeps everyone in the business moving forward.
Nice. I like, talking to customers like this. I've done 5 of these interviews. I didn't do it myself. They shot the video for me, but then one was like, I like working with Andrea because it not only provides solutions, but it also finds problems that I didn't know I had.
Oh, yeah. That's true. You do. I didn't think about that, but you do.
So this was the video I recorded with my customer. Now, when you make this kind of interview with your customers, how can you make it better? The secret is in following what they're saying and trying to catch the topics where you want them to expand, you want them to elaborate, because they're kind of uncovering something that it's important for your prospects to hear. You really want to be listening to what they say. It's not just recording stuff for the sake of recording. You need to be ready to ask follow-up questions if it's necessary. And this is something you get with the practice. Now, in the next video, which is the last one for this short series of 3 about customer testimonials, I will show you the editing part. It's not how to edit a video, you will get an editor for that, but in which order to place all these segments of content to build a story that talks about you, your company, and the transformation you provided for your customer. So this is all covered in the next video.